everyone. I wanted to come and do a quick video because I've been getting a lot of questions recently about the soul message or the spiritual condition behind heart attacks. So I know a few people, I guess in celebrity world, have had some heart attacks recently, and also some people in my realm, my family and friends, have experienced this. So I've been getting some questions around this, and I wanted to kind of share what the spiritual condition usually is around heart attacks. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that illness and disease aren't really medical conditions, they're spiritual conditions. There is an energy cause. It's always an energetic root to the condition no matter what. And for heart attacks, there can be usually two things. For heart attacks, and by the way, if you want to know what that spiritual condition usually is, you can watch some of my other videos where I talk about that. I think I even have a video saying illness is not a medical condition, but a spiritual condition, so watch that one. There's usually two things. Now, I want to speak about this one first because if you've been following me for a while, you know I talk about the energetic root of illness, and usually that it is we have become less of our soul and not more. But sometimes we have to exit this experience. We have to leave this lifetime at some point. And so sometimes the soul will manifest illness as your door out, right? As your way to leave, right? It is not that you've been living a life that's drained your life force energy, or you've been living a life that is not allowing you to express your true self, so you feel suppressed, you feel repressed. Sometimes it's literally the soul is ready to move to the next experience, and you need an exit strategy. And illness or disease sometimes is that exit strategy. Even long-term illnesses, because a lot of times the soul will manifest a long-term illness to give your loved ones time to process that you're getting ready to go. That you're getting, instead of leaving like in your bed at sleep one night all of a sudden, and your loved ones would not have time to process that, the soul will do that sometimes. Now, sometimes your leaving immediately is what will better help the souls in your life expand. It adds to their expansion in some way. They'll learn something from it. It will catalyze something for them in some type of way. So not everybody's soul chooses a quick way to go. Sometimes your soul chooses a long way to go to give your loved ones some time. Sometimes it chooses a quick way to go because your loved ones don't necessarily need that for their development. And so you'll go. So that's usually one of the reasons why heart attack comes, is the soul is ready to exit this experience. And a lot of times the heart attack will come on very quickly, and it's a painless way sometimes for people to exit. They'll just go very quickly. So that's usually one way. But the other way is really the one I want to focus on in this video, and what the sole reason is behind that. And before I share that, to really understand what a heart attack is medically, a heart attack is when usually there is a clot or clog in the arteries somehow that send the blood back to the heart. So the heart is kind of gets starved of blood for a minute, and that's what causes the heart attack. It literally gets starved of receiving blood. So when I said that, it's a spiritual condition, there's always an energetic root. It's almost sometimes literal, very literal to what the physical thing. The physical is the outer reflection of what is happening internally in your internal state, in your consciousness, and in your vibration. It usually is an outer manifestation somehow of this. And so when you think about that, right? When you think about the heart is starved of blood, it's not receiving blood, because the heart pumps blood to the body, and then the body sends blood back to the heart through the artery system. And what actually happens, so again, the heart's not receiving blood. Blood is the life force. It represents the life force of the body. So life force energy is the energy that we need to have flowing through us in order to be healthy and to survive. Life force energy is literally the energy of your soul. You can call it love because that's literally what the energy of the soul is. So it's love energy. So you're not receiving this life force. You're not receiving this love. So when you have a heart attack, what that actually, the soul condition, the soul message behind it for you and for your healing is you have not been feeling like you're receiving love, right? And mostly it's from yourself and also from others. You do not feel like you are being loved. You do not feel loved. Usually that means that you probably feel a lot of shame for yourself. You have a lot of judgment. You've been having a lot of criticism for yourself for a while. You've not been appreciating yourself or accepting yourself. You've probably been comparing yourself a lot, holding yourself to a lot of standards, beating up on yourself a lot. And why I say it's mostly from yourself is because when we love ourselves, that energy that we radiate and we vibrate from self-love actually attracts people that will bring more love to us. So the more you love yourself, the more you begin to experience being loved by others, and you feel more loved by others as well. So that's the core key, is that you do not feel loved. When we have a heart attack, we do not feel self-love. The other part of this is that we probably are not in relationships where we feel loved. We probably are not in work circumstances where we feel loved. We're not feeling loved. And whether that love is usually like we don't feel appreciated, we don't feel accepted, we don't feel supported, we don't feel seen, we don't feel heard in some type of way. And so this is can cause, and again, it's not something that happens acutely because the energy, although the outer manifestation, the physical manifestation can appear that it came on all of a sudden, the energy was there for a long time, right? The body's the last line of defense that the soul sends to get your attention to turn around and come back into alignment with the soul. So it doesn't really happen. It may look on the outside like it happened all of a sudden, but actually it's been going on. You've been feeling this way for a while. You've been having these thoughts of judgment and shame, and criticism of the self for a long time, and it's gotten to a point where you really drastically reduce the amount of life force that is flowing to you and flowing through you, to the point where you're manifesting some type of physical illness in the form of heart attack. So that's really what the soul message around heart attack really is. It usually happens whether the soul is choosing to exit this life and it needs some type of quick way to do so, or because you've really been starving yourself of love, you've not been receiving love. We need to receive love. We need to feel love. That is a human need. We need it. And so when we're not feeling loved by ourselves, and then as a result, we're not feeling loved by others, a lot of times heart attack will come on. And so the path to healing that isn't just to change the diet, which is what our medical systems will, that is part of the prescription that they'll do with the medications, and they may add a stent in the heart and change your diet. Yes, those things are very helpful and that can assist. But you really want to look at, so again, your doctor's going to talk to you about really paying a lot of attention to what you're eating, right? You also want to pay a lot of attention to what's been eating you, right? What's been energetically eating you, to change your diet around the type of narratives that you're feeding yourself, to change your diet around how you speak to yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, and to change your diet around the type of people that are around you. Right? If you feel drained by the people around you, if you don't feel heard and feel seen, you can start to communicate these type of things. I don't feel seen by you. I don't feel heard. This is why. This is how this is making me feel. And also, what do you want? Like, here's how I would like to be seen. Here's how I would like to be heard. Here's how I would like to interact with you. Or you may need to actually change all of your relationships and start to look at spending time with people where you do feel heard, and you do feel seen, and you do feel appreciated, and you do feel accepted, so that you can begin to get the flow of love into you, because you deserve that. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter what you haven't done, you deserve to be loved. That is literally your birthright as a soul having a human experience. And the heart attack is just a message, kind of a wake-up call, if you will, to invite you back into receiving what you actually need and living a life that allows you to meet your need for feeling loved. So I hope this has helped you. If you know someone that this may help as well, please share that with them. I want to get this healing and loving message to as many people as possible. I will continue to do some videos like this with the spiritual message behind certain things, but I wanted to share this because this was in the field, in my field at least, and I wanted to get it out. So I hope it has shared an aha for you and you have a deeper understanding of what's really going on. There's a lot going on beneath the surface. There's always a soul meaning beneath all of the challenges that we experience, especially the challenges we experience in our body. Until next time, I love you. Now go love yourself.